Vacations are so awesome because you wake up every day and you don't have a schedule. You don't have to look at the time. My kids are like, what day is it? You know, and because when you're on vacation, every day is Saturday. You see Steve's art, you feel like you're on vacation.
For me personally, art is very emotional. You know, it conveys emotion. And what you hang on your walls, like Brad was describing, he starts his day out by looking at this art, and it puts him in a positive frame of mind.
When we're giving people a tour of our house, you know, we'll say, okay, this is this painter and this is this painter. But when we get to a barton, it's like, look what he did. He put our name up there, our initials are in the tree.
He cares about his paintings and the customers and how they're actually going to enjoy their paintings. And I think he just wants to constantly develop something new and give the customers something new.
I started painting when I was 8 years old with my mom. We shared our home with elderly people so she could paint, so she could be at home with us kids and take care of us and teach us how to paint, because that was the way of our lives.
On a personal level, I think you really come in tune with who he is, and I think you end up finding yourself enjoying being around him, or have had a good conversation with him, or just basically a good experience with him. And so I think that at the end of the day, you want to have him in your living room.
And I never take that for granted, that somebody is taking their hard-earned money and getting one of my paintings because they enjoy it. And I want to add as much to everything that I do, to my limited editions, to my t-shirts, to signing a brochure when someone walks into a gallery. I'm giving them something because, you know something, I'm privileged that they want something of mine.
He meets a certain need in people. You buy his art because it resonates with you. It speaks to you. It says something to you. There's a life to it, a vibrancy that you want to be around.
I have a baby wavy that's right on the left side of me on the wall. And every morning when I'm getting ready, I just look at my little painting and it just makes me happy.
Oh, I want to be there. You know, I want to be there on the chair watching the waves, or I want to be sitting on the porch there, you know, looking at the ocean.
For me, it becomes the personality of the room, which I really, like. I stare at this painting, I look at it so many times.
You take a vacation literally right there in your living room. With Steve's paintings, I mean, you can literally see yourself sitting on that beach in that chair, or in that hammock, or driving the Woody.
If you can place it on your wall and you can see yourself looking through the bushes and walking out on the beach, it's yours. It's your painting. I did it for you.
When you put it in a room, the brightness actually, it helps. It brightens up the room. It doesn't over brighten it. It actually is the right color.
My collectors, they like things that are bright, bold, and colorful.
I've always enjoyed how his paintings are chunky.
People always stand and they're standing back like 4 inches and they're staring at the paintings and they're like, wow, look how thick that is. I'm like, touch it. And they're blown away by that.
Obviously the wavy frame sets itself apart from anything else that anybody has ever seen.
The frames that Steve does, they're so substantial, and they're actually, to me, a piece of art in themselves.
I've had one woman in particular I can think of who was sitting where you are, looking that direction, say, I just can't stop staring at that painting.
I wanted to pull you in from across the room. You're gonna notice it and you're gonna walk over and look at it. I don't know how many collectors come to me and tell me, I have a lot of art and I have some real expensive paintings, and yours draws the most attention.
It comes across as so approachable and warm, and like Brad said, I imagine myself in that scene. And I can't tell you how many people come into our house, look at Steven's art, and put themselves in that scene.
I have a big, painting of Steve's right there when you walk in, and that grabs them. And then you walk up the stairs, and at the top of the stairs, I have another one, and that's even more of a, geez, I mean, everybody just loves it.
Everybody that hasn't been here before, their first comment is, we love the art.
It just sparks an emotion. There's so much in this world that's dark. You don't have to have it on your walls.
I have 5. I have 1 jumbo, 2 large, and 2 smaller ones.
The
We have 8 Bartons, a surfboard, and probably about 5 or 6 wine bottles.
I want the experience of you seeing Steve Barton's work to be different. And I want it to be enjoyable. I want it to be fun. I mean, that is the bottom line of my work. It's to make people happy and to make people feel good about why they do what they do in life. And when you look at the painting and you talk to your friends, your family members, you start experiencing that all over again. I mean, all artists would love to think their art changes the world. I would just like to change one person and to make them smile in the morning as they walk by.